Okay, the Emiru situation.
Um, I was just taking a picture with someone else, like completely normal, nice guy. And then I see out of the corner of my eye, there's a guy walking around the side of the meet and greet, and he crosses in front of the meet and greet of the person to the left of me, which is a VTuber. So he's able to walk up and in front of another streamer's meet and greet, and then he walks up to me, and he's like walking with a purpose. You know what I mean? Um, and he grabs me, but I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, but in my head I'm like, it seems like he's supposed to be here, and then he leans in like he's gonna tell me something. So in my head I'm like, maybe it's like TwitchCon staff like coming to let me know something, because like sometimes it'll happen where you're at an event and someone will like come up to like let you know something. You know what I mean? Um, but I'm still like freaked out because he grabbed me. That's not normal. And then he grabs my face and he leans in and lips puckered tries to kiss me. And I start screaming. You can't hear it in the clip, but I'm fucking screaming my head off.
It is not at all surprising that this woman was able to be assaulted like this, sexually assaulted like this, in public, with security around very little security, which is a topic we can get into later, but still security, yet nothing is going to change. And I'm not trying to be depressing. I'm not trying to be a doomer here, because I will always be someone who continues to fight for change and continues to advocate for change. But as long as we continue to live in the extremely misogynistic society that we do live in, and people continue to act like society is not misogynistic anymore, we are going to have things like this happen. And especially in the online space, while I don't think it is this person's fault, what happened to Emiru is not anyone else's fault but the person who did this, I do want to focus on how the overall environment, the overall ecosystem that exists online, how that has allowed for this to happen, and how the rhetoric that comes from certain content creators has pushed the permission structure, has moved the Overton window on what is and is not allowed, on what should or should not be said, on what is crossing the line. Their rhetoric does have an effect on this. And I think that someone like Asmongold is a really good example, because as far as I understand, he is friends with Emiru. I don't think he would actually want for this to happen to her, but he has a large following, and yet he continues to create a place that is very toxic and dangerous for not only women, but minorities and basically anyone and everyone across the board who isn't a white cis man. And you can tell that he particularly does not care, especially as he has kind of been doing a victory lap, being like, I told you so, I knew this would happen, etc., etc. And that is just incredibly inappropriate, but not unexpected from Asmongold. Especially given that he has fostered an environment in his own community that would lead to this exact kind of thing happening. He continues to exhibit a lack of respect for women, for minorities, and it is not at all surprising that when the men, when their peers in this space don't show them respect, that the male fans in this space would not show them respect. So despite being someone who probably definitely doesn't want something like this to happen to Emiru, I do believe that his rhetoric, the community he has helped foster and create where this kind of sentiment can grow and take root, has absolutely contributed to the overall environment online being more toxic, being more hateful, being more atrocious in general. And Asmongold isn't even necessarily the worst perpetrator of this. He is just the example I wanted to use here, because he is, again, someone who, as I understand it, is friends with Emiru, or at least friendly with her, and I don't think he would want something like this to happen to her. I think even the Roach King has a heart in that regard, no? So that being said, I did want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff Emiru said coming out of this whole incident. Twitch obviously dropped the ball quite a bit, and by that I mean they just fucked up.
I don't think that Twitch would have put out an official statement if that clip wasn't posted and going viral. And even after the fact that that clip was posted and going viral, as far as I know, the other people who had meet and greets today were not reached out to ask if they wanted extra security or if they even wanted to cancel their meet and greet. Like, maybe some people were, but I know for a fact Extra Emily wasn't. My personal manager made sure that she had extra security. No one reached out to her. Don't know about everyone, but I know that for a fact. And then my security, Twitch's security is like nowhere near me, nor to be found. I can see them, but they don't do anything. My security jumps up and shoves the guy away from me and is like, get the fuck out of here. And he's allowed to walk away and leave.
She should have had more security available to her, better security available to her. The overall environment should have been more secure.
My manager comes back to me and she's upset. She's like, okay, I've been talking to Twitch people and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. I finished the meet and greet and I was escorted back to my hotel by my one security guard. Oh, and also, by the way, I've seen clips, people bringing up clips of me talking about how my previous favorite security guard was permabanned from TwitchCon because at a previous TwitchCon 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, there was a stalker and he held him by the arm until police got there. And because of that, he was indefinitely banned from TwitchCon. Like from all of TwitchCon, not just the venue, because that was in Las Vegas. Anyway, that just a side note.
And the response afterwards should have been far more urgent and far more action should have been taken. The guy was not even apprehended. He was able to walk out of the convention and leave, from what I understand. Originally, they slapped him with a 30-day ban, and then Emiru's team had to push for that to be a permanent ban, which is insane. I mean, he just sexually assaulted one of your content creators, one of your biggest content creators, and you are going to slap him with a 30-day ban? What is the point there? Are you fucking insane?
No one in Twitch staff came up to me to like see what was going on. My manager and Bonnie moved me to the back and they're like hugging me and being like, do you want to finish your meet and greet, basically. And I go back out there and still there's no one from Twitch there. And the poor guy that I was taking the picture with originally, he's like fucking mortified and he's like, what the fuck just happened? And again, no one from Twitch there. I say to this guy, I'm like, I'm sorry you had to see that. And he's like, no, like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Why am I having to tell the TwitchCon attendees and my fans, sorry you had to see that, and not like someone from Twitch or Twitch security? Anyway, so I didn't see this. This is just what my friend and my manager were telling me. And then my manager's letting me know, she says, okay, my manager, I've contacted the police, they're gonna come talk to you about pressing charges, etc. They're trying to find the guy, they haven't found him. I'm like, what? Anyway, and I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, like, what are they gonna do about this? And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days. What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, that's like nothing to do with anything. No one gives a fuck if he's banned on Twitch or not. Like, we're talking about the convention here. So they change it to indefinite. Takes an hour for that to happen, by the way. These two people are the head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch.
So that part aside, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. There were content creators who expressed concern about this before TwitchCon and expressed that they were not going to be attending this year because of those concerns. And now you have Emiru, who will not be returning, from what I understand, because of this incident, and that is not at all surprising or shocking in any way, shape, or form. At the end of the day, I hope Emiru is able to deal with all of this and get to a point where she feels safe and comfortable again, which is probably going to be a minute. She just had an incredibly violating experience, and that is something that can make her feel very unsafe. So I hope that she is able to get to a place where she feels safe again, because no one deserves to feel unsafe in that regard. And it sucks that this is just a common thing that women content creators have to deal with. But again, this will not be changing anytime soon, because Twitch is not going to crack down on any of these content creators, and content creators like Asmongold are not going to start moderating their communities in any significant way. For the time being, we are stuck with what we have. There are certain rules and certain lines that you can't cross, but as time goes on, I fear that things are only going to get worse from here, and that we are only going to see more and more of these moments, of these incidences, of these straight up assaults, because nothing is going to be done to protect content creators, to protect women, to protect minorities, to protect any of these people. It is, in fact, a lot of problems stacked on top of each other, but there are ways you can mitigate this, and Twitch is just not doing it, it seems. And the content creators are not doing anything to moderate their own communities and keep toxic elements out of their own communities, which would honestly, in my opinion, go quite a ways, because that will lead to fewer and fewer spaces online where this sentiment, where these opinions are allowed to fester and grow. It's a mess. We'll see where it goes from here. I don't know. And fuck Asmongold, again, for pulling his, oh, I'm told you so bullshit. Fuck you. You don't actually give a fuck about women, because if you did, you wouldn't allow this kind of sentiment to foster in your own community. That's all I have for you, so thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Give the video a like for me if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, do all that lovely stuff for me, and let me know what you think. Obviously, there are smaller content creators who have dedicated their entire communities and careers to stalking and harassing people and that kind of thing, which also contributes to this whole environment that I didn't even really get to talk about. So yeah, hit that subscribe button for me. I am trying to reach 200 subscribers by the end of November, and I would appreciate your help with that. So if you want to help out, I like it when number go up, you like it when number go up. Help me make that number go up. And thank you so much if you made it this far. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself. Free Palestine. And goodbye.